Love it or hate it. Love it or hate it. Now to open the big debate on the radios. TTX300 versus the Spektrum STX2. I would ask that people please keep their language child friendly in the posts that they make. Just bear that in mind, guys, as I do expect this debate to be quite contentious. Anyway guys, if you like this kind of stuff and you do want to see these cars run, then don't forget to subscribe. Anyway, let me get down to it. Well guys, Rich here, and I do expect some lively debate about this issue of the new Spektrum STX2 radio versus the classic TTX300. This radio, as along with this stable platform for the Armour cars, the brush versions through to the 6S ones, I've relied on the TTX300 radio, which is a 3-channel radio. Got plenty of adjustment on here. We've got steering dual rate, steering trim and throttle trim on here. And you've got the ability to reverse the throttle and reverse the steering on the back of the transmitter. Nice, solid radio, good feel to it, 4A batteries in the bottom. So for a long time, Armour have been using that radio. Now it's a 3-channel radio. On the Armour cars, what are you likely to have that requires the use of the 3rd channel? Because you may fit lights on there, but I doubt very many people are fitting lights to an Armour, but bear in mind it's going to take a rough and tumble on there. You're not going to be going and fitting winches on there. So what is the big issue? Why don't you just supply them with a 2-channel radio? Well, more to the point, here is the new but controversial boy on the block, the Spektrum STX2. Now this is just a 2-channel radio, but it has been coming in for a lot of criticism. People saying no, it should have 3 channels. Now I can see if you've got an axial, this is the axial junior Can Am here, doesn't necessarily require a 3rd channel. I can appreciate if you've got a crawler that you might want the 3rd channel on there. So if this radio is being shipped with all of the axial models across the range now, or bringing new ones, do tell me guys, because I know Axial as the brand, I don't know all the details of them, I can't possibly cover every car. So is this radio being shipped with every new Axial out there? Have they changed it across the range, or is it just new models like the Can-Am that are coming out with it? Do have your say in the comment section below. Anyway, this radio feels to my mind just as sturdy as that one. It's about the same weight. Looking at the back of it, it's actually got more features on this Spektrum STX2 than a TTX300 has. Okay, this is just 2-channel. Well guys, this radio has been shipped with the Armour V4 cars, as well as the new 4S models on there. Now, is that any big deal when it comes to the Armours? Because to my mind, you only need the 2 channels, throttle and steering on there. The fact on this, it has got steering trim, throttle trim, it's got throttle dual rate in addition to steering dual rate, and you can reverse the throttle, you can reverse the steering on it. Not only that, it's got this handy little function on there where you can change the power between 50%, 75% and 100%, which makes it ideal for kids or people that want to learn to use the 6S Armour as an example without scaring the living daylights out of themselves to start with. So that's a great feature there to my mind. And to my mind, the radio has got quite nice clean lines on there. Some people may be annoyed by the stub antenna, but no big issue to my mind. Anyway guys, I thought so many people have been talking about this, slagging this radio off, and I've seen people, I had an argument with somebody the other day that said, oh terrible, they're shipping that radio, absolutely awful radio. I said, well what did you dislike about it when you tried it? And he said, oh, I've not seen one in person. What? And you haven't actually picked the thing up or used the car or driven it? See my point guys on there? I might look at the car and think, man, I don't like the look of that, but I won't necessarily have a pop at it until I've actually seen it and driven it and seen if it's as bad or good as I think. I hope that makes sense there guys. Now, there is another feature in this radio's favour. The receiver this comes with, all the new receivers are waterproof because they're conformally coated. The receiver this comes with isn't waterproof. To my mind, that is a great plus point in the Spektrum STX2's favour. Waterproof receiver. Not a waterproof receiver box guys, a waterproof receiver that you can dump in a glass of water and it will still carry on working. In fact, if anybody wants me to do that, I might do exactly that demonstration. The one thing I would say is the only failure that I've had on an Armour in terms of electrical wise is with 2 receivers failing due to water getting in the electrical box with that tactic radio. So it's not without its failings. So people might like the transmitter, but think about the other end of it, guys, as well there. Anybody else had one of the radios fail with this due to water ingress? So that is a big plus point, particularly, guys, for those of you crawling with axials on there, waterproof receiver as opposed to waterproof receiver box has got to be a big plus point. Yeah, I know those of you who are wanting to use a winch may disagree with losing the channel on there, but to my mind, waterproof receiver, big plus point there, guys. Anyway, I thought I would throw that one open to debate, as I know it's a fairly contentious radio on there. I do quite like it, I can't see a lot wrong with it, but then I don't use the third channel, so I can appreciate your point of view. If you use the third channel, you may have a different point of view to me, but if you're just using it for general bashing, steering, braking, accelerating, I really don't see what all of this is about on there, guys. So please, chat amongst yourselves. Bear in mind, I am just the messenger here, guys. I'm just sort of trying to put across both points of view on air I like to keep it fairly evenly. That has been a good, robust radio for me. I have had one ship that was dead on arrival. I've not had the same problem with this yet, but then I've only had like 2 or 3 of these in. So we shall see in terms of longevity of this one on that. That handles a lot of abuse up in the field. You can chuck it in the car, you can drop it on the floor, and it doesn't seem to break. Weather time will tell on this one. Spektrum STX2, we shall see. Anyway, guys, enough of me talking. Over to you. Have your say on both of these radios. What's your opinion on there? Do you like it? Have you tried one? But please, if you've not actually seen one or driven one of these yet, then I want to go hammering it too much, guys. People throwing stones in glass houses, etc. Anyway, guys, hope you like this debate. If you do, you want to see more of these cars run, because the Big Rock has been on down the beach with its paddle tyres yesterday, then don't forget to subscribe. Well, thumbs up if you like this video, guys. Post any comments you might have in the comment section below the video, and hit the circle below to subscribe. And if you do hit the circle, don't forget to hit the bell.